First tonight, a KVUE Defenders exclusive investigation.
It started with a social media post that Travis County District Attorney Jose Garza reported as a threat and led to an unprecedented level of protection for the county's top criminal justice official. KVUE Defenders recently revealed the county secretly gave Garza $115,000 to enhance his home security. That was back in the spring. And now we've learned Garza's office has also mobilized a squad of county law enforcement officers to guard his house. Here's senior reporter Tony Plohetsky.
Most any evening and into the night, anyone passing through can likely notice police SUVs stationed on this Austin neighborhood street. They're Travis County deputy constables on a special security assignment protecting the home of District Attorney Jose Garza, whose office has faced controversy over the indictment of more than 24 police officers and not prosecuting certain crimes. This January 29th post on the social media platform X sparked the law enforcement operation. The X account, describing itself as pro-law enforcement, published a screen grab of an easy-to-find campaign finance report, a public record that Garza filed with the county showing his home address.
It's different times, and so with the social media and all the keyboard warriors, we take it serious.
Within 48 hours, Garza's office asked the county's 5 constables, including Precinct 3 Constable Stacy Seuss, whether deputies could guard his home.
I just didn't have the staff in to make a long-term commitment on it, but on the short term, that's what we did.
In an email to county constables read to the KVUE Defenders from Garza's chief investigator on January 31st, quote, "We need overnight and weekend security for the district attorney. I've been authorized to offer overtime for any of your troops who can work these hours. Please let me know if you can offer any of your troops for this assignment. I need an answer as soon as possible." The Travis County Sheriff's Office says it declined a similar request, telling the DA's office that its deputies were already stretched thin due to staffing shortages, busy working patrols and in the jail. Dispatch logs obtained by the KVUE Defenders show deputy constables have performed the special security assignment to Garza's house almost nightly since early February.
That's a significant investment, right, of taxpayer funds.
It's an expense large enough to raise questions, says Adrian Shelley, director of the Texas office of the government watchdog group Public Citizen.
For the average taxpayer, that's considerable. It's certainly enough money that we ought to understand whether that expense is justified.
Constables typically perform an array of law enforcement operations that include traffic enforcement, as well as serving warrants, subpoenas, and eviction notices. Suits and other constables say that they have never performed this type of home security for a local official. In fact, the KVUE Defenders could not find any local official who has received this type of taxpayer-funded security for this period of time based on a perceived threat. But we did find that in 2021, the Texas Ethics Commission issued an opinion saying that elected officials such as Garza can spend campaign contributions on home security. A check of Garza's campaign finance reports filed earlier this year shows 2 expenses for security staffing at campaign events totaling $800. Dispatch records show Constable Precincts 3 and 4 provided a handful of deputy constables early in the operation, shifting officers from regular assignments to guard Garza's home.
It was kind of a joint effort of all the constables' offices. They're just kind of getting organized and getting set and going.
But the records show deputies from Constables Precinct 1 and 5 have primarily handled the operation in subsequent months, with Precinct 5 taking the lead. Precinct 5 Constable Carlos Lopez would not go on camera, saying in an email, quote, "As an elected constable and law enforcement officer, keeping our judges, elected and appointed officials, their staff, and their families safe is not only my priority, but an obligation." So was there an actual threat on Garza? Multiple law enforcement agencies tell us they have no current investigations involving a threat to Garza, and the DA's office won't release any information on possible threats. Travis County Sheriff's Office records show Garza reported 2 threats in 2023. One, an email, was not considered a direct threat. The other, a letter, was referred to the postal inspector. The Austin Police Department confirms it hasn't responded to any reported threats at Garza's home.
What makes one threat more credible, warranting a more significant security investment? Those are the kinds of things that the public really deserves to understand.
DA Garza would not go on camera for an interview, but his office sent a statement saying in part, quote, "Over the last 12 months, the district attorney has received multiple politically motivated threats of violence, including to his life and residence. Commissioner's Court authorized recommended security expenditures in response to those threats." Shelley says the public deserves to know if a prominent elected official is in danger and the measures taken to protect them.
And the more we understand about this situation, about the other options that were considered, and about why these extraordinary measures were taken here, the more confidence that we can have that the right decision was made.
And we also reached out to Travis County Judge Andy Brown, who employs Jose Garza's wife as his chief of staff, and the county commissioners for comment. They sent us a joint statement saying that they take the safety and security of all elected and appointed officials seriously. Brian and Quita.
So, Tony, just to make this really clear, we don't really know of any actual threats to Garza or to his home other than his address from a campaign finance report being shown on social media.
We don't know the entire picture of threats. We know that the posting of his address on social media is what led to the constables being mobilized to guard his home. But we've asked his office for a total number of threats, for example, and the nature of those threats. And so far, they have declined to release that information to us. They have appealed to the Attorney General of Texas for an opinion, a ruling about whether or not they're required to release that information to us. And we expect an opinion from the AG's office in mid-October or so.
You learned that the security at his home was $115,000. Do you know a price tag for what this has cost?
Still trying to figure that out. For the first time today, the district attorney's office did confirm that the mobilization of these constables was approved by the Travis County commissioners. And what we know from our previous reporting is that in the spring, those commissioners did move $115,000 from county reserves to the district attorney's office to be used for his security. But it's unclear how much of that money, if any of it, has been used to pay the constable overtime.
Good reporting as always.
Thank you.
Senior reporter Tony Plahetsky here. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.